Welcome to Rob Schmitt Tonight. A few hours after the ball dropped on New Year's Eve, a radical Islamic terrorist mowed down dozens of people on Bourbon Street, killing 14. The videos of the aftermath are all over online, and they are horrific to watch. Yet the details of Shamsud Din Jabbar's personal life make the horror that he inflicted somewhat predictable. Born in Beaumont, Texas, Din Jabbar was raised Christian according to his brother, but converted to Islam after his personal life fell apart. His wife left him, didn't allow him to see his daughters. Din Jabbar, angry and isolated, ran to Islam, which quickly radicalized yet another sad sack into a mass killer. Whenever this happens, the politically correct cowards who control the narratives in this country say that most who practice Islam are peaceful, refusing to let any amount of carnage awaken them from their dreams of someday having a borderless utopia of a world. Insulated from the horror that they allow in our country, the machine desperate to hide reality, this was the FBI's knee-jerk reaction to what we all knew was obviously terrorism. This is how they play the game. Watch this.
This is not a terrorist event. What it is right now is their improvised explosive devices that was found, and we are working on confirming if it's a viable device or not.
The first press conference there. We have explosive devices, but it's not terrorism. Programmed automatically to divert your attention away from what we all know is the problem, right? Only once it was so obvious did the Bureau admit that, yes, this was another radical Islamic terrorist murdering innocent people in this country. Of course it was. The media even more devoted to shielding your eyes from the truth. The Washington Post's front page today, front page of the paper on Thursday. Today's Thursday. I should know the day of the week. They told you that a Ford F-150 killed 14 people. No, Islam killed 14 people. But saying that is considered anti-Islam, right? Not allowed to say that. So be it. Until we face the truth, nothing about this will change. We should all know that. Until we force all the followers of Islam to admit the monster that this religion has created, will anything change? Until then, more people will die. You'll see this over and over and over again. We'll all know why it happens. But the people shamelessly allowing this dangerous religion to maim the West on a regular basis will get away with the same predictable responses when it happens. And that's what we always see, just like we saw from Joe Biden today.
New Orleans is a city of tremendous spirit. You can't keep it down. You really can't. And we're seeing that today. The Sugar Bowl is back on. Kickoff is going to take off very shortly. If I don't get this damn thing done, we're going to be in real trouble. And the FBI has handed control of Bourbon Street back to local officials. Security of the area has been reinforced, and they should be open for business later today, the Bourbon Street. People in New Orleans are sending an unmistakable message. They will not let this attack or the attackers' deluded ideology overcome us.
Oh, good. Joe Biden says New Orleans is strong. The football game can now go on. Nothing to worry about here. But what about this deluded ideology that Biden actually speaks of? Could he elaborate on that any further? It'd be nice to know. Obviously not. Since Obama, the Democrat Party has not been able to acknowledge Islam's tendency to create mass murderers all over the West. They can't talk about the ideology even as they rapidly import men who are so vulnerable to it. The left has imported millions all over the West. So many that we've seen hundreds on the terror watch list of our own country walk right into our country. Hundreds that are on a watch list for this. The UK and France have brought in far more. Their leaders have worked vigorously to conceal the damage as they have destroyed their own countries. The 10-year-old story now of Pakistani rape gangs in the UK is resurfacing this week. The Telegraph calling it perhaps the greatest racially motivated crime in modern Britain, perpetuated predominantly by men of Pakistani heritage against vulnerable white little girls. Hundreds and hundreds of little girls raped by Pakistani gangs in England. Horrific details, known and ignored by everyone in power who are terrified of being labeled racist for arresting men raping the daughters of their country. A UK politician is now calling for an investigation into the Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, for ignoring these crimes when he was the head of the Crown's prosecutors. This is how the West is self-destructing. That same level of denial is endemic in the U.S. among our leadership. Another truck full of Islamic rage, an ISIS flag on the back, obliterating the bodies of our citizens, and the response, Joe Biden says we're resilient. That's it. We're resilient. Empty words until the next one. Now let's go watch that Notre Dame game.
You know, everybody's reporting the same stories, the same spin. You turn the channel, it's always the same. But not us. We're different. We report the real news. No spin, just the facts. Turn to us, and you won't turn back.
Tune in to Rob Schmitt Tonight on Newsmax.